Alright, this is my Southern and Central Arenas map. First of all, happy Easter. Thank you so much for all that you do. I'm just realizing how crazy it probably is for you to study all these videos, but thank you so much, Miss Colleen. Really appreciate it. But without further ado, I'm going to get started on event 14, starting with number 1, a box around Ephraim, and then the tribe of Benjamin as well, right here. Oh, my light. Tribe of Benjamin, and then a green box around the tribe of Judah, and then an orange on the Bethel city dot. Is right there. Alright. So we have the route, the coastal highway route, starting from Gaza and going all the way up the coast through Ashkelon, Ashdod, Jabneel, Ono, Aphek, and off the map north. Now we have an eastern branch of the coastal highway that begins southwest of Yerza and runs north. Here's Yerza, via Yerza, Tel Hesi, Gath. Where am I? There we go. Gath, Ekron, Gibeathon, Lod, Aphek, and off the map. And from Gaza, the highlighted route through, I'm so bad at saying these names, Gerar, Beersheba, Aurora, down here, and off the map. Alright, now going through all the numbers, Gibeah, I should get the pencil, Gibeah with the, at 1, number 2, Ramah, number 3, I couldn't find it, I figured it was about here, but Nob, I couldn't find it on the map, I could be completely wrong, but I put that 3 there, and then we have 4 by Gath, 5 by Adullam, 6 at Moab, 7 by the stronghold, 8 by Keilah, right there, 9 at Ziph, 10 by En Gedi, 11 by the stronghold under number 7, and number 12 by the wilderness of Maon, also called the wilderness of Paran. Thought I'd put that in there for you. We have here the wilderness of Ziph at number 13, number 14 by Gath and by the number 4, and last but not least, number 15 north of Ziklag. And now we have, we're on event 14, number 12 through 17. Starting on number 12, it said to highlight Hebron right there, and then Beersheba. Now I couldn't find which one they said it was, but I read later that it's this one, but I wasn't sure how I'd both. I don't know if that's the wrong thing to do, but I did it. And also Arad right here. Number 13 of event 14 says to write Calebites. There it is in black caps. And then number 14 says to write the Kenites above Arad. And then in small black caps, Simon or Simeon, I don't know. And then number 16, I'm sorry, the southern clans of Judah, right there, in green in all caps. And here's Amalekites in the bottom left-hand corner. And now for number 18 of event, 18. This is number 18 through 20. For event 14, here's Aphek, highlighted it and surrounded it in blue. And now for the blue arrows of number 19, and B, it says to go from Lod to Aphek, and then to write Philistine mobilization. I totally just said that word wrong. It's been a long day of map drawing. That's okay. And then a green arrow from Gibbethon to Lod, or towards the end of the blue arrow, and to write on the arrow David and his men. Now for the last part of event 14, which is numbers 21 through 25. It started with sweeping orange arrows from Amalekite down here towards Beersheba. Right, yeah, Beersheba, which is Teshuvah right there. And then from Beersheba to Ziklag, and then from Ziklag southwest towards Amalekites to the edge of the map. And I did a red circle around Ziklag. It's a very tight red circle. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And then southwest, I wrote Amalekite attack on the arrow A, down there. And then on arrow C is Amalekites take spoil. Then we have our sweeping green arrows that represent David, that goes from Tel Arini down to Ziklag, and it says David returns to Ziklag, and then running parallel to arrow C, but just not as long, and alongside of it says David pursues. Now moving on to event 15. We're going to start at number 1, and it says to highlight the Transjordan Highway. So we start down south at Kir and move north, passing Dibon, Medeba, northeast to Rabbah, and north off the map. Make it clear. There we go. There's Rabbah and off the map. And here is the canyon. It told us to highlight, I don't know how to, Muhib, I don't know, canyon, and Mesha's base aside Dibon. And now we can see the highlighted Jericho and Bethel. Bethel is up here. Excuse the this whole mess right here. And now we can move more southeast to, I'm sorry, where is it? The blue box around the regional name, Moab, down here. And I forgot to mention a blue box around Dibon as well. So now for number 6, the red dots, we start with Kirithaim, Ataroth down here, Kerioth, and then Nebo, and then we're going to go to Jahaz, and then to Auror, I believe it is, then to Bezer, Medeba, and then to Beth Debalathon, and then Beth Baal Meon. Which I believe are, right here. Go further out. So now for the sweeping blue arrows of number 7. So A from Moab across the Arnon, to Dibon, with the black words Mesha right here, and then from Dibon along the route to Jahaz, and then from Dibon, I'm sorry, I realized I messed up, so I whited out the part that I messed up, but then from Dibon to Medeba is the last blue arrow, and then, not the last one, the second to last, but the last for that number. And then here are sweeping orange arrows from Jericho to Jahaz, signifying Israel's move to Jahaz. It's the orange circle around the city of Jahaz. Haas, I don't know. Now we have our final blue sweeping arrow that went from around the Kir area, across the Dead Sea, and towards the En Gedi spring. En Gedi, and I don't know. And in black caps, it's Moab, Ammon, and men of Mount Seir. So here's a red circle around En Gedi and what I found to be the springs, and then a green box around Jerusalem, David's city. Now we've moved to briefly to the week 2 map of the land between for event 17. So first it asks to highlight the cities Bozrah down here. I put that to help me out. Petra and Gaza. And these are the highlighted regions of Edom and Philistia. Next on this event, we have highlight the Negev, and southern highlands, and then we have the Gaza Bozrah route. So it's taking us all the way here to Gaza, along those cities, and to Bozrah. Then we have a blue sweeping arrow from Bozrah to Tamar, and Tamar is circled in red. Next, I highlighted Arad, and as well as Ramoth Negev and Uzzah, in the eastern Negev. Next, there's a blue sweeping arrow from Tamar to eastern Negev by Tiara. And this blue arrow says Edomite advance in black caps, as well as I circled the city Ramoth Negev in red. So now we are back on the map for this week, southern and central arenas, and we're on page 76, event 20. Now here is this region. We highlighted Abel Shechem. I don't know how to. Anyways, Beth Jeshimoth and Pisgah and Mount Nebo, and then wrote the plains of Moab. I feel like I went maybe a little too much east and wrote it, but it's about right there. I traced the Jordan. I didn't have a pencil, but I had a light highlighter, so I highlighted the Jordan with that. Highlighted the terms Jordan River, Adam, and Gilgal near Jericho. I drew a circle around Jericho and drew sweeping green arrows from Mount Nebo to the plains of Moab, and from the plains of Moab to Jericho on line sweeping arrow A. I wrote Moses, and on arrow B wrote Joshua. And here we have highlighted cities Joppa. You can see Gibeon right here. And then the city Gezer. Now the last task was to highlight the route from Medeba to Jericho. See maybe I should get from Medeba all the way to Jericho. Just move my light. And then from Jericho to Gibeon, right here, and from Gibeon to Joppa, all the way up here. and from Joppa to Afek. And I believe that is it. And that is, I'll give you an aerial view if you need anything else. And that should be it. That concludes this week's map. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for the long video and the mispronounced words. Happy Easter.